Hey everyone, my name is Chris and I run a YouTube channel where we restore and build old BMWs called the Bimmer Barn. And today I'm going to be giving you guys a walk around of this beautiful E34 535i because we're going to be listing this car up for sale on Cars and Bids, and I want to show you guys exactly what you're going to be bidding on. So let's go ahead and take a look from front to back. This is a Glacier Blue 1990 E34 535i with a 5-speed manual transmission and indigo blue interior. The car has 100% original body and only has 2 owners and 230,000 miles. The car is in great mechanical condition and the interior of it is also pretty nice, besides a couple of weak spots which I'll show you. The main ones are going to be concerning the driver. So the driver's seat is torn, probably needs to be replaced. And there's also some tears in the carpet underneath our floor mats. But otherwise, the rest of the car is in really good condition. The rear seats do have a little bit of stitching that is separating in the back here, but otherwise the seats look great. Now the door panels are not in the best condition, and these are not from this car, so they are just a normal black door panel. But included in the sale of the car is going to be the original indigo blue door cards, which are just in not as good condition as the ones we currently have installed in the car. If you want to see what condition these are in, go ahead and check out my other videos on YouTube where we changed out these door panels and recently changed out both rear door lock actuators. Everything here in the trunk is going to be included in the sale. We have some extra trim pieces, speaker covers, miscellaneous E34 parts, just like that, for those of you that want to continue on restoring this car. The toolkit is also 100% complete and in great condition. We even have some extra bulbs here for the next owner to use. Now in the back of the car, there is a tear in the carpet from the trunk at the very back, and that is because the car originally had a subwoofer as well as an aftermarket audio system, which has since been removed, and the car will be sold without any factory speakers or radio inside. So the factory speakers have been removed and the original wires remain with no connectors. So if you wanted to rewire the factory radio back into this car, it would still be possible, or you can mount an aftermarket head unit. The body is in really good condition. There are just a couple of dents on either side of the car. Door dings is really what I would call it, from this car being parked in public spaces. I think there's about 3 on the passenger side of the car that are noticeable. And the driver's side looks really good. In fact, probably just this rear passenger door that has one or two light door dings in it. Now you will notice that this door appears to be in better condition paint-wise than the rest of them. The previous owner was the one to do any paint work on this door, so while we're not sure why they painted it, it is obvious that it must have been something minor, because from the inside of the door we can't see any visible damage. But from the outside, the clear coat is definitely newer and in much better condition than the rest of the car. So while the paint color looks pretty accurate, I will say, it's really the clear coat that doesn't match. So the rest of the car, paint-wise, is in pretty good condition. It doesn't have any heavy burning spots where the sun started burning through the paint, but it is definitely a little less polished than it could be. So definitely with some work, it could be improved, the condition of the paint. But otherwise, it looks really good no matter where you're standing. Now recently the car was involved in a small collision. You'll see that this fender is actually bent a little bit inwards and some of the paint has started chipping right here, but it doesn't appear to have done any damage. Besides that, even the corner light was not damaged. So whether or not this fender could be repaired with PDR, I would think it could be, but it is the original fender and this car is original body. So the front bumper though has been replaced. It is an aftermarket bumper that was paint matched to the Glacier Blue, so it's in really good condition. There is a little scuff up here in front of the car, but that is probably just about it. And the rear bumper has never been replaced, so it is original. There is some heavy pitting and sun damage on the clear coat here. And you also see down here that the bumper is cracked. It was caused by the exhaust, which had a broken hanger and it was rattling. And since then it has been fixed. New exhaust hangers have been installed, but the bumper is obviously still cracked, so it could use a new bumper in the rear as well as some paint for it. Now, in 2015, the current owner installed these BBS Style 5s. These are the 17-inch, and they're also wrapped in a Michelin Pilot Sport AS3 tire that's from the same 2015 year. So all the tires are in really great condition, no dry rotting or cracking, anything like that. And the wheels as well, perfectly true, and no vibrations or anything like that. The car does show its age. Like I said, we have the driver's seat, but also some of the door seals are starting to peel back and might need to be replaced. The driver's steering wheel is also a little bit chewed up at the top, but the dashboard is 100% crack free, which is something that you don't see on a lot of these cars. Everything inside the car works great. So all the door locks work, all the windows work, and even the sunroof works. In fact, we were testing it earlier, and because of that, the sunroof panel actually fell down. So I think some of the clips here broke, probably needs to be replaced. But this also brings the fact that the headliner is sagging, so it could be replaced if you so feel inclined, but otherwise it's not falling off completely yet. It's just sagging here in the center. All of the lights work on the car, and it also starts up great. As you can see, there are no lights on the dash, no check engine light, nothing wrong with the car mechanically. The AC blows nice and cold. And it's also important to note that this AC system was converted to R134A, and the AC compressor was last replaced about 5 or 6 years ago. So being sold with the car is not just one, but 3 keys. All these were factory keys, including, I think this is the valet right here. We also have an E34 Bentley service manual and all the service records on the car since 1996. Now this is a 1990 car, so that means that it was serviced every year since it came out of warranty. The buyer will also get this car cover included in the sale, which fits great over the E34, although it is a couple years old, so it might need to be replaced. Under the hood, we have the original M30 B35 motor. This thing is in great condition considering the miles, and a lot of things have been serviced on the car, from the cooling system to the AC system. Just recently, we did the valve cover gasket, and I showed you guys in a video that we had to replace the crush washers for the banjo bolts for the oil line under there because it's such a common problem for those bolts to sneak out. But once we did that, we also cleaned up the valve cover, and as you can see, it looks really good and shiny. Probably the next step would be to clean the intake manifold the same way so that it matched the finish. But otherwise, everything in the engine bay here is pretty well preserved. You'll see that it has some discoloration on the strut towers. So while this thing has been preserved and maintained very well, it does still show its age, but that is part of the character of the car. So that's going to conclude the brief walk around of this car. We have a ton more photos of this thing available at carsandbids.com, and I also have 4 other videos of us restoring this thing if you want more content on it to get a better idea of its condition. I'm really excited to be presenting this car on Cars and Bids, and I hope it goes to a great home. Me and Mark, the owner, are really sad to see this thing go, but it only makes sense that it goes to its next owner because he has spent so much time with it, and now he's ready to simplify his garage. So thanks for watching this video. Go check out our channel, The Bimmer Barn, if you love BMWs and want to see more videos of us restoring them. And as always, I hope everyone has an awesome day. We'll see you in the next video.